I'm a former champion. I do see a way to get back into title contention. Khalil Rountree comes out to do damage, but my fighting style can be the kryptonite to his fighting style. I will knock out Khalil Rountree.
The biggest mistake that Hill can make is to think that I'm not a problem. I bring strength, I bring speed, I bring everything to this fight that Hill does not. I see the fight playing out with my hand raised in the air. That's it.
Good, nice toss. That was a perfect first toss. Good, nice.
I have no idea where I'd be right now if I didn't find mixed martial arts.
Very nice.
Before it, I didn't know where I was headed. And once I found mixed martial arts, it just opened up my vision to endless possibilities.
Putting the work in, that's what makes us feel good. That's what makes us confident. Let's go, brother. We're 30 days in a wake-up call. Let's go.
I grew up in Las Vegas in a single-parent household. I have 2 older brothers and 1 younger sister.
Nice.
The family dynamic was survival. My mom did a really good job at raising us and making the house as comfortable and as safe as she could. We had each other in the toughest of times to help each other get through the struggle.
Wake up, we don't know if we're gonna feel good the day we're fighting, so if we don't feel good, we gotta go get it done anyways.
My dad was the road manager for Boys to Men. There was a night after the show where he got into an altercation with some guys that were there to rob him. Instead of giving up his belongings and whatever they were there for, he chose to protect himself and his territory, which ended up leading to him being murdered. When my dad died, I was 2 years old. Up until 11, I thought that he passed away from being diabetic. When my mom told me the real story, I started to become a little bit more afraid of the world. I was really angry that someone would take my father's life, especially at a time where I felt like I needed that father figure the most. I really had no outlet. At that time, I felt emotionally trapped. The biggest thing that I dealt with was insecurity. I was overweight. I was having suicidal ideations more days out of the week than not. To cover up that pain, to cover up those feelings, started smoking cigarettes. I picked up drinking, and on top of alcohol, pain medication. My habits were only making things worse. I felt like my heart was gonna stop one night when I was falling asleep. Just felt things internally, especially in my chest area, that I'd never felt before. I knew that something had to change. I just didn't know what yet.
Don't let anybody outwork you. That's the key. Nobody outworks you.
Shortly after that, I see my brother Donovan. He'd just gotten a shoulder injury from doing MMA.
Purpose.
We sat down and he told me all about what he's been experiencing.
There it is.
I just connected to it. I was like, I want to do that. That looks very therapeutic. I feel like there's enough rage inside of me that I could do that.
Fast.
A few short months after I signed up at the gym, I was 305 pounds the day that I signed my membership, March 1st, 2010.
Go.
It just ended up becoming the place that I wanted to be. I lost 100 pounds in 11 months.
Good.
I was like, okay, I want to keep doing this. There's no feeling better than this. It was like maximum dopamine. I don't really know if I would be alive if it weren't for MMA. Really, I could say MMA saved my life.
Wow, he's hurt! Khalil Rountree Jr. putting the light heavyweight division on notice. Oh! And this is an evolving, mentally maturing Khalil Rountree Jr.
That has always been the key for Khalil Rountree, is the mentality. When his mind and his body are connected, he is as dangerous as they come.
Summon it. 30 seconds left in this fight. You gotta push. 30 seconds left in this fight. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Go. Come on. Get up there, 600, 700s. Maintain it. You got it. You got it. You got it.
I 100% fight in honor of my father. I always imagine that he's there in the arena when I'm fighting. I have a very good feeling that my dad would be proud of all of the success and where I'm at right now. My dad chose to give me his name. I feel it's an honor. I want the name to live on through the work that I'm doing now, which is fighting and becoming a champion. Physically and mentally, what sets me apart from other fighters is my will, my determination, my strength.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
I'm fighting Jamahal Hill. Every fan will be interested in this matchup because they know that we both hit hard and that we possess knockout power. I'm prepared to win this fight and show the world that I'm the guy.
Headed to go get the kids from school, my middle daughter and my youngest son. You know, I spent a lot of time over in Vegas, you know, with trying to get my body right and taking care of things. So, you know, I miss time with them, so anytime I can get time with them, you know, man, it's always good, it's always blessed. I have 6 children. All my kids have big personalities. They keep me going. They keep me alive. They keep me young. All our offsprings. What's up, my boy? Hi, baby.
Hi.
Come on. Ready to go to the gym? Yeah? I don't know how much of a comprehension they have of what I do or the level that I've been able to reach. They're just proud of their dad. You like watching the fights? Jazeer?
Sometimes.
You like watching your dad fight, man?
Yeah, I like that. Like, I have these cheer pom-poms on my Halloween costume, and I use them for when he fights. I get scared. Yeah.
I'm doing this for them, but at the same time, you know, you want to be there. You want to be a heavy influence within their life and growing up and the people that they turn into. I had my first kid at 15, so I had to grow up pretty fast. It taught me a lot. It made me have to understand what's important and how to find my place in life and what my legacy would be. My mission became generational wealth. Having access and building that foundation to where my kids feel like they can do whatever they want to do.
He plays the long game, it just wears you out.
I wanted to open doors that weren't open for me, and I poured everything I had into it, ultimately bringing me to where I am now. You know, I accomplished the highest goal in this sport by winning the UFC Light Heavyweight Championship of the world. Before I tore my Achilles, I had only been champion for 6 months. I was playing basketball. It felt like somebody stepped on the back of my leg. 40 minutes after I left the doctor's office, they called me and gave me the news that it was a torn Achilles. You know, I didn't have a fight book, so I wasn't really worried too much about it. I thought I'd be fine. But then it slowly started to sink in like this is bad. Anybody will tell you, the worst injury in sports is the Achilles tear. It's ended a lot of people's career. For me to be diagnosed with that, it was tough. I had to give up the title. To give up the belt, it hurt, man. It hurt. Whenever you suffer a major injury, it's all types of questions that go through your head. Will I be the same? Can I still do this? Is this it? But it didn't really cross my mind that my career could be over just because I just wasn't gonna allow it to be. Even if I had to go in and fight on one leg, I was gonna return to the cage. I took the rehab on as a challenge. I mainly got past it and got through the process of having to give up the belt of everything. It was just looking at the recovery as my opponent. That was my challenge. I was gonna do everything that I could to win that battle. 7 months after injury, I was right back in the camp. And 2 months later, I fought Alex Pereira at UFC 300.
Jamahal Sweet Dreams Hill tore his Achilles in a basketball game last summer and now returns to the proving ground in a championship setting once again.
When I returned, Alex Pereira had won the belt from Yuri Prochazka. I was excited. I wanted the challenge. A lot of people seen him as the boogeyman. They just seen him as just this unbeatable guy. I wanted to go in and show my level and show that I was back.
Ooh, good right hand by Jamahal over the top.
In the fight, I felt good. There was just that one little small moment of confusion where the ref yelled, "Stop."
Stop.
I stopped, stood straight up, and the next thing I know, he's right in my face. I had a reflex I threw, and then I get caught, and I'm looking up at his legs.
Oh my goodness. He's out cold.
Jamahal Hill's out and still.
It was very, very shitty in the moment, but you have to take the lesson that you can in it and move on with that. And for me, that was stay locked in. I don't regret coming back when I did. The thing that I will say that I regret was the decision that I made after the fight to jump right back into camp. I was offered the Yuri Prochazka fight and jumped into camp. In the camp for Yuri, the Achilles injury was still present. I thought it was something that would just go away on its own, and anything that I was feeling would be handled with the adrenaline from the fight.
Short left, fells Hill.
Yuri came and he added some new things to his game. He made good adjustments. I understood the position where I was and still felt as though I could win, and he proved me wrong.
Oh, there's an uppercut.
Oh! He's hurt. Oh my goodness.
Finish up the ball. I'm gonna stop the ball.
That indeed will do it.
My philosophy of win or learn is you got to be able to find the lessons and the losses as well as the wins. I just focused on what can I learn, what can I do better for the next time. Coming off 2 losses back-to-back in my career, which has never happened to me before, I've now put myself in a position where to stay in the title picture, I must win.
Counter with like big hooks every once in a while. Even when he's close, lead one. Yeah.
I believe 100% I need to come out and make a statement against Khalil Rountree. I need to show that I'm still that high level and dominant fighter that I've been.
Right down the middle.
The guy's a brutal fighter. He don't come out to just beat you. He comes out to truly do damage. He wants to be feared. But I have the ability to win a fight in multiple ways, and he has really just one way to win. He has a puncher's chance, and I believe I'm the magician here. I got all the tricks.
I've been through many different phases in my life. The beginning of my UFC career was a bit rocky. Lots of ups and downs. Not a lot of consistency in my thoughts and in my emotions either. I wasn't even sure if I really wanted to be there. I think the inconsistency in my career was all due to lack of commitment and lack of intention. I was a 1 foot in, 1 foot out guy for a good amount of time. And I think it showed in my performances and it showed in my record. I needed to do something different. When I first got into MMA, the first martial art that I loved was Muay Thai. That got me looking into Thailand. I went there to learn what Muay Thai really is about. My idea was to go there for 1 month. That 1 month turned into almost 3 years. Thailand ignited a new spark in me. When COVID-19 got announced, I was already living in Thailand. Then UFC introduced the Apex fights. And the only way that I could continue to fight was to leave Thailand. So I packed my belongings and I knew if I'm gonna fight, I have to go back to America. I made a commitment to myself that once I leave Thailand, I'd be 2 feet in and that I'd give everything that it took to become a champion. When I moved back, I immediately started working with John Wood again.
All right, we're moving away now. When his head's not there, that means the legs are.
I told John Wood, I want to become a champion, and I trust that you can support me in that. Since then, we had a solid understanding of one goal, and that goal was to become the champion.
Good, I like those blocks and goes.
The evolution of Khalil has been great. We'd spent a couple of years apart. He came back and we really just kind of clicked. He realized that this is my time now. We found the right team of people around that also believe it. And those things are showing in his fights now.
Time.
So he's got the right team, he's got the right mentality, and this is why I believe that he will become a world champion one day.
For Khalil Rountree, it's all about finding his comfort zone. Since being surrounded by the people that are training him, he feels as though he can still make a run.
Now he really believes that he is an elite fighter who's somebody who can win this belt.
Going on a 5-fight win streak built my confidence a lot, and it showed we're on the right path to get to the plan.
What an extraordinary opportunity to have the legacy of becoming not just the UFC light heavyweight champion, but to beat one of the scariest human beings that has ever competed in the sport.
There were a lot of people that didn't think that I was deserving of that fight, but I knew that I'd put on a good performance, and I was ready for it. The biggest lesson that I learned from that fight is it's not always about the result, but how you show up and how you fight, and to fight with everything. The result doesn't always matter, but if you give your heart and you show the world that you're willing to go the distance, it's just as respected.
Rountree Jr. hanging tough, throwing back.
He just doesn't have much left.
There's that body shot. That'll do it. And still.
What heart by Khalil Rountree Jr. He took everything that he could take.
He's gotten more done than recent title challengers Yuri Prochazka and Jamahal Hill.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Hook and 3. Up, roll. Up, yeah. Lovely. Go, jab low.
I think that losses can really take fighters to some pretty dark places. We lose fights and we feel like I can't keep going. I've got nothing left. During this journey, I was introduced to just this short saying of fall 7 times, stand up 8. No matter how many times you may fall or how many times you may experience adversity, you just always stand back up and be willing to fall again.
Come on.
Because if you are willing to fall again, then stand up again. You fall down, just get up. Fall down until it's over. I've been working my ass off to be better than I was in the Pereira fight. And that version of myself, in my opinion, can get through anybody. Even Alex, if you put him in front of me again. So with that being said, I feel like I'm gonna fight for a title very soon. I felt like I belonged there, and it only motivated me to work harder. Whoever is in front of me is gonna continue to get a better version of me. It only goes up from here. I don't feel myself slowing down anytime soon.
There you go. Kill the space. Nice. Now settle your weight. Settle, settle, settle. Now the only thing he's going to do is he's going to try to get that right leg underneath. There we go. He's killed it. Back step, clear one of them butterflies.
I linked up with my head coach, Chad Pomeroy, when I was 17, 18, and he's been a huge constant in my life.
Keep moving. There you go, there you go, up, up, up.
He gave me a certain confidence about myself. He was the one who actually believed that I was unique and that I was special and that I had something. He set a level of expectation for me that ultimately I had to buy into because I wanted to prove him right.
Nice, now settle your weight.
So that's why I went so hard for him.
Get your underhook. I gave him everything that I have. I just knew that he was gonna go somewhere with this, and he did. Don't stay flat, come on. And getting to where we had with the UFC, it's been a crazy ride. I'm glad he stuck with me over these years. It means a lot to me. I'm glad we were able to take this ride together, you know? It means a lot. Sorry. Nice. Now close the distance.
The drive that I have is something that was instilled in me at a young age. I grew up with 4 other brothers, so I've just always been a competitor. My dad had another son, my little brother Jordan. Jordan's mom had an older son named Vince. He was a little bit older, but that was my big brother. He's like my best friend. He was a very disciplined mind. I remember he just had a very, very, very strict routine in the morning. 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups. From seeing that, I learned discipline and routine. He showed me how you can be a protector, a defender, and things like that, but also be kind and gentle and soft. In 2017, he was driving, he was on his way to work. A lady who was doing the same, just late, running behind, and she sped and she ran through a red light. She collided with his car. He passed away. I didn't handle it well. I was at work whenever I got the call, and I just kind of fell to my knees and started kind of bawling. It was just an unreal feeling. That was one of the hardest times in my life because I had visions, like getting to the title and becoming the champion. And in those visions, I visioned my brother being there like, yo, look what I did with what you showed me. You know, look what I did with what you taught me, with what you put into me. You know what I mean? From whenever we were kids, you know, that little spark that you lit, look what I've ignited it into. I vowed to carry him with me in spirit, push forward to that goal. So I ended up actually quitting that job and made my pro debut. And I gave everything into just making it happen.
Jamahal Hill fights with a heavy heart for his brother, and he takes that strength in there with him.
Jamahal Hill ground and pounds his way to the finish.
Oh! St. Preux finished by Jamahal Hill. Oh! This man's a knockout artist of the highest caliber.
This man is dangerous in every single way.
No judges needed in Las Vegas tonight!
From the time that I even started looking at the sport, I just wanted to know, are you good enough to be champion? Are you good enough to be among the best and among the elite and stamp your name in history? And I got that opportunity in Brazil.
Jamahal Sweet Dreams Hill gets his first title shot on the greatest proving ground in the sport.
I feel I answered the question emphatically.
Ooh, nice shot by Jamahal Hill.
I was able to come in and put on one of the most dominant championship performances of all time.
Oh, man, that one wobbled to Sarah, now another head kick. Oh, my goodness.
Look at the beating Jamahal Hill is putting on Glover Teixeira.
I set the record for significant strikes landed in a light heavyweight bout.
Tremendous.
When the final bell rung, it was just a surreal, surreal feeling.
No, he's realizing it. He's realizing it.
It really just hit me whenever I see my coaches. It was emotional just because I was just a kid from Grand Rapids, kind of a little hard-headed, play too much, joke around type of guy, and they molded me into a world champion. I thought about my brother. I had done what I set out to do, but it came with a hurt of not getting to have that same embrace with him. I like to hope and think that I've made him proud, that he's somewhere up there smiling down on me like, hey, that's my brother. Hey, I remember when I showed him that.
Good switch there. With that speed, that body head's gonna be there the whole time. You're fast enough to get away with it.
I know some people are content winning the belt once, but I want to reign. I got to go on a revenge tour and avenge what's happened since having to give up the belt.
There you go.
The biggest mistake Khalil can make is thinking that I'm maybe not the fighter that I was, believing the hype and all of just the disrespect that's been going around. I fought the best of the best. I fought the top of this division. I just have more experience at the top of this sport than he does.
15.
I'm here to dominate Khalil Rountree.
I've got my eyes on the prize. I just give my all, and I'm proud, and that's where my confidence comes from. The journey's been really tough, but it's been worth it.
My journey has been a testament to hard work. Give it everything you got. Put everything you have into it, and see where you stand. I believe you'll be happy with where that is, as long as you give it everything you have.